the channel for games, guides, and glitches. If you're a developer or publisher, feel free to contact me at the email, and to my regular viewers, please remember to subscribe, it really helps me out. Sunfall here for a guide for retro classics. So this is to explain the gems and the gem grind. So this is basically the basics. You have to get daily gems, where you'd get 160, and do your challenges. So you'd have to play all 3 challenges. This will get you 120. Now with the challenges, you can load them up like so. I'll show you by doing the challenges for this particular set. And you don't even have to score. As soon as it loads up, you can quit. And once it registers the score or no score, then it'll be ticked off and done. So then you only have to do the other 2. And this is basically what you can do every day to collect gems. This is the basics of the gem grind. And I'll explain in a minute something else you can do to up the gem grind that you get. So you can quit out again, and this will be all 3, and this will add the 120 to your total. This is if your account isn't a high level. As your account gains levels, you'll get more daily gems. For example, I'll show here. So at 200, you'll get 250 gems. Ignore the fact I'm getting 299, that's because I'm 190. But at 200, you will get 250 gems. So if you want to get more gems for your daily grind, you can go ahead and raise your level. So the options for grinding are the daily login, the community challenges, and raising some bots and transferring the gems over to your main. So the first thing we'll talk about is a trick that I have with Retro Classics for the community challenges. So when you first launch the game, and I'm going to speed it up this first time just so you don't have to wait for it to load up, but once you get to this menu, you want to scroll down till you're on community challenges, and then keep pushing right. If done right, it'll show up with the person's score. Now this is actually supposed to happen, but it doesn't. So I found out a way to force it to happen, more or less with a glitch, but it's not really, because it is intended to do this. And with this, you can view the scores, and you can decide on ones that you can beat, and then you can click on those challenges. For example, I'll do the full speed overtake just to show you. And with that, we've now beaten their score. And if the community beats their score with 29 players already beaten it, that means it will. But as you can see, the score doesn't show up now. So we have to quit the game if you don't memorize what scores you have. And we have to do it again. So to show it's not fake or anything this time, I haven't fast forwarded the loading. So when it loads up, you'll see me do it. And this is all real time, not fast forward or anything. So if you forget the scores or you get new scores, this is how you can force this to show you what community challenges you can beat and what the scores are. Because some of the scores that people set are ridiculous, and you don't want to waste the gems, because every time you do a community challenge, it costs you 5 gems. Now some challenges will get you 20 gems, but other challenges will get you way more, which I will explain in a minute. Just waiting for this to load up. It does take a while. So as you can see here, we scroll down and we can do it again. And so, for example, if I didn't know the tennis one was easy, I could do the trick, and now I can do the tennis one. I'd have to do the trick again because I didn't check the others. But as you'll see here, it'll be the score that it did display. So now we just have to beat that score by returning more than 2. I'm going to return back 4, just cause. And so that is a way to earn gems with community challenges. The only problem with community challenges is now that they've been set to 24 hours, that even if you beat the score and say the score is easy, other people might not beat the score, and thus the person still wins, and you wasted 5 gems and you get nothing in return. I'll scroll down in a sec once it lets me. It's a bit slow when you're on your profile. As you can see here, the community challenges. They take a while to finish now, unfortunately. They take a full 24 hours, but you can set a lot of them. I find they refresh every 20 to 30 minutes with new ones to replace the ones you have done. Once I've completed, I can show you the rewards. So as you can see here, that's a return of 20 gems, and you get 50 XP, 30 XP, sorry, for each one that you complete. There is ones where you will get right here, for example. So these 80 gem ones are the ones you want because of the return value. You pay 5 gems and get 75 gems in return. So it is a very sweet deal, but they can be hard to come across. So for the bot gem build up, you do daily things to create a bank on a bot or bots. Requires a bot and main to have 40 gems each, and you can send from your main to the bot or vice versa. I'll explain all that, but when you get a draw, as you can see here, the gems will go back to the challenger. So there's 40 gems back because it cost 40 gems. So the first method you can do is Meteor Mayhem. Most people prefer to do it on their main because you'll be buying the challenge for 40 gems. So this will unlock the challenge on your main, but some people prefer to do it on your bot. Either way, to unlock the challenge will cost you 40 gems. This is the quicker of the 2 options. As you can see here. And so when you send the challenge, you have to click on versus. In my case, I've already challenged the person, but I will show later how you can, the 2 options to search the people. I just wanted to show you Meteor Mayhem first. So when it loads up, as the bot sending it to the main, all you have to do is die, not press anything. This will set a score of 0, so your main can easily beat that. So this is my main accepting the challenge, and all I have to do as the main is push up. Every time you do a Meteor Mayhem, the first meteor will always come from up. So you just have to hit up on the D-pad. And this will get you a score of 10, which beats the score of 0. And this will get you the 80 XP, 80 gems, which is technically 40. So you can also send them to your bot. So this is me sending it to my bot so I can show you the differences. There are pros and cons to both. So this is one of my bots, and I'm sending him the challenge. So the difference with this is that when I send it to my bot, I have to push up. And then I can get him. This will send a challenge of 10 to him. And then when I accept it with my bot, as you'll see here, my bot has to do nothing, but the benefit of this way is you can actually quit out straight away. I will make a warning not to hit the quit button. People do that, and I have incurred gem loss, but that's up to you. You don't have to wait for it to load. But I would prefer, and I would suggest that you do. So right here, we just have to quit. We don't have to wait to be destroyed or anything. As soon as it loads up, and then we will win. So the bot method, you're a little bit more active. So this is method 2, pitfall swinging to success. In this method, I will show you how to send the challenges via searching. But for this one, as you can see, it's 40 gems as well. Again, you can select to do that on your main or your bot. And again, they all have benefits or non-benefits depending on what you're trying to achieve. Because you will be sending a lot of challenges, the bot method, you're more active. But to send a challenge to a person that you don't have a challenge to yet, you type in their name like so. This is one method. And you'll see the person there, and then you can send it to them. The other method is you can go over to the profile, then you can go down to social, then you can type in the player's name, and as you can see, it'll say suggested opponents. So then you click on it, and then you can click the follow button. What this will do is it will let you not have to search the person's name when you challenge them, like so. I'll show this right now. Instead, they'll show up as following, so you can click on that. After you challenge someone, they'll show up as already challenged. So either method works. It depends on your preference. But for swinging to success as the bot, all you have to do is go right down the stairs and then left to die. This will incur a 100 penalty to your score. Because you'll be sending hundreds of challenges if you go this route, I recommend sending it from your bot to your main just because you'll be more active. Whereas when I show you the main to bot, you'll see how less active you are. But again, the choice is up to you. As you can see here, I'm showing you the recently challenged, and so then you can just click on that. It'll make it much easier to do the recently challenged, and the method you choose, whether it's you sending it to your bot or your bot sending it to you, is your call. I just wanted to show you the options and explain the pros and cons. So as your main, this is all you have to do once you take this challenge from your bot, is head left, nothing else. It's a good one because it makes less mistakes than the meteor one. If you don't hit up for the meteor one, you'll end up with a draw, whereas this one, it makes sure that you don't make any mistakes, because if you fall asleep or something, I mean, I almost did, because it is pretty boring. But you can also send them to your bot for this method, and I'll show that now. So this is me sending it to my bot, and what you do is you do the reverse. So the first one goes left and falls down into the pool of water. And this will send the challenge to your bot. So now when your bot is accepting the challenge, this is what will make it faster. So this is why it's your call, because like I said, you'll be sending a lot of challenges if you go this route. I raised 2 bots with 5,000 gems each, and it took me a few hours to get through them all. So now as your bot, you can fall down the stairs to get the 100 loss, and then you could just quit. The other way you could do it, depending on your style, is when you start, you'll have to jump over this hole, and then you can go over to this log and just take some points like so. Either way, however you take your points, you just have to hit end game. No having to go to the left and getting killed by the scorpion. And as you can see here, because you lost points, your main will win. So sending from main is quicker, but bot is more active. Only send 1K or 2K at a time, unless you can handle more. If you can handle more challenges, it's up to you. But now for the reward. I saved all my gems you need, slightly under 40k gems for everything, so enjoy. So these are the achievements you'll get. I saved them all for last. When it all started, 360 for the win, don't stop collecting, and completionist. Like I said, you need a total of just under 40k gems for them all. And then you just have to cycle through. When you buy the Xbox, you will get an achievement where it all started. And then we have to just cycle through. Once you buy your 15th, you will get another achievement. I'm going to save 360 for the win because I actually want it as my last achievement. So I was hoping that the get all of them achievement didn't take its place. But I hope this mini gem guide has been helpful in you determining what you want to do. You can either do dailies, you can either do bots and send challenges, or you can do dailies and community challenges. But after your 15th, you will have Don't Stop Collecting, like I said, for unlocking any 15 collectibles. And now we just have to unlock the last few. As you can see, there are some very expensive ones. This is why you need so many gems. So the last one you need is the 360 one if you're like me, and this will get you the 360 for the win, which I think is an awesome achievement name. And then it'll also get you the achievement for collecting all of them. And if this was the last achievement you need, congrats on your 1000 G. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.